welcome to all the living beings out there. Today, we are listening to the 7th episode of a very special podcast, Students of the World. In this podcast, we try to connect with students around the world and try to find out how they are coping in these unique times. Having said that, let's roll over to a very special guest, student of the world, Daniela from Colombia. She is a major in two subjects, biology and microbiology, from the University of Los Andes, Colombia. And she loves reading fictional stories and she loves jogging. Welcome, Daniela. How are you doing today?
Hi, thank you for inviting me. I'm really good. Yeah, thank you.
I'm so obliged to have you on our show. And I want to also share one more experience with our listeners that I know Daniela since 2019. And the first time we met, I saw her sitting in our lab and she was diligently working on something and reading big books. And I could just, this was just not one day, it was continuously, I saw her for another week. And I had a reverence for her work ethics, and which made me really excited to talk to her. And then we talked, and then we resonated. We had a cultural exchange. We talked about food. We talked about the amazing coffee Colombia has, and we talked about amazing food Colombia has. And she also just shared how like a favorite dish her grandmother makes, and it was such a beautiful exchange. And here we are today with Daniela, and we're gonna discuss more about it. Would you like to share some special dishes from Colombia, if I may ask, Daniela?
Sure. So actually, we have like a lot of delicious dishes from different regions. So, for example, ajiaco, that I think was the dish I talked to you about that day. That's from Bogota, where I'm from. We have, for example, from bandeja paisa. That's another one that has like a lot of different ingredients. We have arepas.
Okay.
Yeah, that's made from usually from corn.
Okay.
What else? From the coast, we have a lot of different dishes, fish, but yeah, I don't know.
No, I mean,
yeah, the food there is really good.
It is. It's so colorful and it looks so nice. So when she made me see all those pictures on the internet, I was like, I really want to have these dishes, and I hope I do someday. So thank you so much, Daniela, for coming to the show. And the format is we're gonna ask the same 4 questions which we ask all the students around the world. And this being the 7th episode, we are happy to ask those questions again. So let me ask the first question. So, Daniela, what were the biggest challenges for you in the year 2020 as a student? How did you overcome those?
I think that with all those events happening like at the same time, are all the things were changing very quickly. I felt pretty like anxious all the time because you don't know what was going to happen the next day, what was going to happen with your family, your friends, and so on. But I started to appreciate more like every day, to be more aware of the present time, of the time that I had right now, on the things that I had at the moment, the people that were by my side, that my family was okay that day, and that I had to focus on the good things that were happening each day. And yeah, the precious time that I was having each day, because I was safe, my family was safe, my friends, like, so yeah, I had to focus on those like good things in the middle of all the chaos.
Thank you
Yeah.
for sharing that, Daniela. I think that is, it's easy to say, but it's so difficult when you learn to focus on the positive aspects of your life.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
everybody
for
says
sure.
that, oh, if you're going through this, just focus on the positive things. And
Yeah,
it's difficult.
no.
But I really appreciate that when you were in the midst of it, you were able to do that, because it's very difficult. And even I tried doing it, and sometimes it gets really harder to concentrate.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, but this is
Yeah, it's something you have to work on every day. Yeah,
absolutely
it's not easy. As you said, it's easy to say, but because um, a lot of like time has passed, and you like manage that, but when you are trying to do that, it's not easy. It's something you have to practice.
I totally agree with that. And this is such a great pointer for all the students around the world to focus on the positive aspect, and with a tagline that this is not going to be easy, but you have to focus on the positive aspect. And as Daniela was able to do, and I'm pretty sure all the other students will be able to do also. And we should learn this thing from Daniela. So thank you so much for sharing that point. My next question to you, Daniela, is, did 2020 help you realize the relevance of our physical and mental well-being? Kindly share a story.
Yeah, for sure. So for the mental like well-being, I think, yeah, you see like a lot of people in, and you also yourself, like feeling like sad, anxious, and having like all of this like rises in mental health, sorry, in cases of people like having trouble with their mental health. So for sure that's like something you have to take care of, or to think about of taking care of. Am I okay? I'm like doing fine. Everything's changing so fast. You have to be like calm, and for sure, yeah, I had to, like I said, like practice every day, like try to be fine. Um, and yes, so, and also the physical health, because we weren't allowed to go outside. I started to feel like bad, like when I went to for a walk at the beginning, I started to feel bad like very fast. So it was very weird. So I tried to exercise at home. I didn't like finally manage that, because I don't like to exercise at home. But as soon as everything was like more controlled in some way and we were allowed to go outside, I tried to go for a walk more often, or jog, like go jogging.
Wow.
Um, Whenever I had the mood, because it wasn't easy at the beginning, like going again outside and all the things that imply and feeling insecure and so on. But yeah, definitely I had to take care of my physical health at some point too.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally resonate with you here, Daniela. So Daniela has shared such an such a personal point, I think, which everyone can relate to. So when you get into one kind of regime of your life, then you start sticking to it, and you need a lot of inertia to come out of it. So even if it's like locking yourself in the home and then redesigning your mind that you need to go out, like now, you don't have the lockdowns and you can go out and do some jogging and some real-time exercise, and then your mind is not in sync with your body, and then you're like, I don't want to go out now. Now I'm okay because I have been in my home for the past 3 to 4 months and I don't feel like going out, because that's the inertia which you create for yourself. And I'm so happy, Daniela, you were able to break that inertia and come out of it. And you were like, no, I need to go out and I need to go for a jog. Even when it was, I think you mentioned that this is your hobby, you know, you like jogging. But then if a jogger is feeling that kind of potential energy, like, you know, an inertia that, oh, I have to go out, then what about the people who don't like to go? So I totally yeah. So there was an anxiety when people said that you have to stay in, that they were like, okay, we have to stay at home. And now there's another anxiety that after vaccination that people will be going out. That's another, you know, as you mentioned beautifully and so accurately, that, you know, I have to deal with my, you know, insecurities. And I just got in sync with you, Daniela, like, oh yes, you know, this may happen with me as well, because I'm an avid traveler. But I think now when I'm gonna travel, I'll be like, I'm quite scared. I'm gonna have a off foot. That was not me in the, you know, post like pre 2019. So I just connected with you, and I'm pretty sure, just not the students, but employees and teachers and professors and all the people around the world will connect on this point with you. Like, you know, that insecurity which we have already built in, which unconsciously we don't even realize it. And when we'll be out in the world after vaccinations, yes, we will see the world in a different way. And we need to know that these insecurities are going to come, and we need to know that we have to handle these insecurities in the future. So thank you for that point, Daniela. I think you are one of the very few people who have actually raised this point. So thank you for that. Okay, so my next question to you, Daniela, what is your hope from the future as a student?
I think that I would like that the thing with the fake news will be fixed. Yeah. Yeah, and that, yeah, because I think that brings a lot of problems for people in the world in general, not just that they are believing things that are not correct, or yeah, but also because it is bringing us like a lot of difficulties to be like considered with other people. I think that we are getting divided. We're not dividing us, but we are getting divided because of those like social media and fake news and all those things that are connected and related. So yeah. I think that's my hope.
This is such a valid point, Daniela. Like, I think we all are the victims of fake news, and I hope you get in sync with me if I say, like, when our parents read some fake news and they write to you, oh, isn't this true? And then you're writing them back like, no, this is not. This is so fake. And then you're like, from where this is coming, Dad? Or wait, from where this is coming, Mom? And then you realize that it's just not your mom and dad. It's the whole world. It's just not their generation, but our generation as well, who's being totally victimized in every sense.
Yes.
And we need to, we need to work on this, and we need to focus on this issue, because if the information is wrong, your thought process will be wrong, and then your actions will be wrong. So this is such a great point, Daniela, that
yeah,
is hope from the future, not to believe in the fake.
And I spent like a lot of time last year trying to do like a lot of research that I liked about the vaccines and the and the virus, just to explain to my family why were those things like, I mean, like I was trying to send them the message that you have, that not because I studied biology, I had the truth, but how I get to that truth. Because people that say that are scientists, they can also lie, you know, like, so the things that you have to know how to know how what's lying. So to be more critical thinking. And I spent a lot of time like talking to my family about that, and how I don't have all the time true necessarily, and how I make those conclusions and things like that. And yeah, I was very worried about it, because it was not just only the vaccine and the virus and this thing that I can like explain to them, but also other things that I'm not like, I was not like the correct person to explain to them. Um, but you know, like for example, yeah, the climate change or politics and a lot of other things that people are getting wrong from social media. But also, I think that social media could be a great tool for other things. You know, you can help through social media. Um, so yeah, that's why I say like I hope that the fake news problem would be fixed and not the social media. So yeah.
Daniela, I'm so proud of you that you took initiative. That you like, it's like charity begins at home, and you worked on it, and you started first step at home. Like, instead of cribbing about it, you were like, let me try, let me do something about it.
Yeah.
And this is my request to all the students around the world. She's an expert in biology and microbiology, but even when if you're not, we can just go to the internet and we can look at the right reports, even if it's related to vaccine or COVID-19 or anything for that matter, what CDC is saying, or what other actual publications happening through WHO or something like that. And that is the most important part. And then we can share that with our parents and our loved ones and try to convince them, even if they're not getting convinced what you're saying, but at least we can try. So I'm so proud of you. You are one ideal global citizen who understands the issues around the world. And I can see that, because you students are the future of the world, just not of one country, but of the world. And your perspective matters. Your perspective is going to make the future. And if this is the way all our students will think, then definitely I'm hoping for a better future what we are having at this point of time. So I hope all the students have listened carefully what Daniela said, and they need to resonate with her so as we can build a better world. So thank you, Daniela. Means a lot what you said right. Okay, so let me have my last question with you. So what is your message to the students around the world?
I think that the most important thing that I have learned through my years as a student is to be resilient and to have like perseverance. So yeah, if you want to achieve your dreams, you have to work for that. There are going to be difficult times, so you have to be resilient too, and try to have different like kind of like different, you have like one big dream, but you have to also have different plans for that, and be open and enjoy like all the journey while you have troubles. It doesn't matter, you're always going to have like difficulties, so you have to be resilient and perseverate to achieve what you want to be.
Yes, absolutely. So Daniela has shared with us that resilience is the key to everything, and the perseverance. These words look very cliched, but that if you get into it, they are the key choose a success or whatever you want in your life. And I have personally seen Daniela doing that. That she's one person who believes in perseverance in her work ethics. So I totally understand that how she have imbibed those principles in her life. And that's why she's one of the most hardworking and diligent student I have seen around. And I've seen, like, I'm pretty sure that she knows how to work around the troubles and the limitations. And that's what is like, what is the state of your mind and how you're looking at this, at a problem. Are you looking at like, I'm not able to do it, or like, what is the option B or plan B for me to do the same thing? So as Daniela said, and as I have also seen her doing that, I will convey the same to all the students around the world, to have the resilience and have the perseverance. They're very important, and also to have patience with that. But without hard work, nothing is possible. But with hard work, you need some patience and this perseverance to continuously do the same thing. Even if you're failing, do again and again. And I would like to share one story. So in India, there's a story like, so there's an ant which goes, like, she tries to climb a wall and then she falls down because of the gravity. Then she tries again and again. Like, she tries like 999th time and she fails, but by like 1,000 times, she's able to do that. So even if it's taking a lot of time, just try. And when you love something, you have to work for it, right? So that's what Daniela said. If you love something, work hard for it. You're not gonna get it. You're not gonna have an easy path for sure. So whatever the goal you have, all the listeners, you need to understand that you have to work continuously. The consistency is very important. So thank you so much, Daniela, for sharing all your experiences. And I think this is one of my very lucid interview session with students, where I got some points which were so different, and that excites me. And that's what you are, Daniela. Always like that, always unique. So thank you so much for sharing that. And I'm hoping the best test future for you because of all your principles and your hard work. So thank you.